what's up, hello, welcome into Fantasy Filmball, everyone. My name is Matt, and this is day 3 of our TIFF coverage. I don't know when this is going to be reaching you, because I am already behind. It's day 3, and I still haven't released day 1. Anyways, though, I just saw The Room Next Door. This is the newest film from Pedro Páramo, and it's actually his first film in the English language, starring Tilda Swinton, Julianne Moore, and this one tells the story of an author who reconnects with an old friend. And that old friend is currently dying of cancer. She's on chemotherapy, but nothing is working. And so what this dying woman asks of her friend when she quits chemo is she asks her to stay in the same house and be with her when she passes. But specifically, she plans on taking a euthanasia pill, taking her own life, and she wants Julianne Moore's character to be in the room next door when it happens. It's a film about the conflicting morality that comes with the decision. What is the more moral and just thing to do? To support a friend who is thinking of taking their own life, or to refuse to help in that way. As you can expect with the Pedro Almodovar movie, this is extremely melodramatic. It's over the top. The acting is very, very heavy. I wouldn't necessarily call it overacting, but there's a lot of acting. Big moments played hugely. And something that I think many people will feel, although I didn't really quite feel this, is that Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore maybe go a little bit over the top. What I heard many people saying in the theater after the film ended was that the translation going from Spanish to English maybe means that some things don't come across quite as well. But still, I think both of these performers do a very good job, specifically Tilda Swinton. I think she really has Almodovar's style of dialogue down. She really understands how to make it feel natural, even with the melodramatic nature of the text. Julianne Moore has a lot of great moments, but there's some times when it does feel a little bit over the top. But the standout to me was two things. The costume design, which has Almodovar's recurring visual motif of bright primary colors. Everyone being dressed in red, blue, yellow, the sets all being dressed in red, blue, yellow, everything being very bright. And then Tilda Swinton being the lone person in green. The choice of colors is a really intriguing device that Almodovar is using here. And of course, it always makes his films look visually stunning. The score as well from Alberto Iglesias is incredibly well done. The scores of Almodovar's movies are always the thing that sells the melodrama, brings it up to the next level. What makes it go beyond something overwrought and telenovela-esque. Altogether, I liked this film quite a bit. I do agree with some people that the text doesn't feel quite as smooth. At times you can tell that maybe there are some things lost in translation from Spanish to English, but it's still a worthwhile film. It's beautifully shot, and Tilda Swinton gives an incredible performance. I'm gonna go into another press screening, and I really have to edit. I have to edit. And I feel so bad because I keep meeting people, I keep talking to people, and it's really nice to talk to people, but I have so much work to do. Oh God. I just finished the press screening of Mike Leigh's new film, Hard Truths. I'm a huge Mike Leigh fan, specifically Happy Go Lucky. I'm a big fan of Mr. Turner, Secrets and Lies. He has made some incredible films that have been defining for British cinema. And a very sad thing that's happened with his most recent project, Hard Truths, is he spent years and years and years trying to fund it. Despite being one of the most decorated and lauded filmmakers in the United Kingdom, he had been struggling for a very long time to get funding for this project or any other project. After his last film, Peterloo, was a massive financial risk and really did nothing. Financiers had a hard time trusting him, and so finally he's managed to make this film, but it still hasn't had an easy road. It was not accepted to Cannes, it was not accepted to Venice, but it's here at TIFF. And I thought it was wonderful. Quite surprised that these other big festivals haven't taken this film seriously, because it's incredibly entertaining. It has an excellent performance from Marianne Jean-Baptiste. The film follows Marianne Jean-Baptiste's character, who is a middle-aged woman who is extremely bitter. Think Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm level bitter. She spends every single day causing chaos in her wake, yelling at everyone she comes across, hurling insults, some of the most creative and biting insults I've ever heard on screen. Armando Iannucci level stuff. Every single person she meets, she has a bad encounter with. It's truly the essence of the saying, if everywhere you go smells like shit, you should check your shoes. There's a level of misery to this character which is quite confounding. It's the type of character that is hard to understand. It's hard to grip why someone becomes this way. But I think that's exactly what the movie's about. It's putting out there this question of how does someone become like this? What happens in someone's life to make them this bitter? And it does not give any answers. There is no clear solution, no reason why. Instead, it just lets us observe her and see the pain she's going through, as well as her family, her friends, the people she loves who have to deal with her, what they're going through just by having her in their lives. There's a level of nuance to this performance that reminds me of Sally Hawkins in Happy Go Lucky, although on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Sally Hawkins in Happy Go Lucky fights the negativity of the world with relentless positivity, while Marianne Jean-Baptiste instead counters the positivity of the world with relentless negativity. It's another hit from Mike Leigh and a huge return to form after Peterloo. Highly recommend checking this one out when it comes to theaters. Okay, I'm going to try a quick rush line right now. There's 40 minutes left for this movie. I'm gonna try to see Mr. K. If not, it's no big deal. If I don't get in, I can use that time for editing. I'm not feeling great about this one. I have rarely been this far back in a rush line, but I don't know what everyone here is lined up for. There are multiple theaters at the Lightbox. People could be here for different movies. I don't know, but I'm around the corner. So wish me luck, but again, if it doesn't work out, it does not matter. Bad news, did not get into this rush line. That is 1 in and 1 missing. Not a big deal. I don't really care about this movie that much. It was more of a slot filler than anything. So now I'm gonna go and edit a video so that I can actually have some content to put up for you guys. I'm in the rush line for Eden. Because I didn't get into the last one, I came here to do some editing, so I've been in the rush line since about 3 p.m. Movie is at 5:45, so that is a 2-hour 45 rush line. We'll see if I make it. I think I'm about 26 back, so the odds are very, very good. It's 5 minutes till the movie starts. I've heard from people inside that there's a ton of empty seats, so, you know, being like 20 to 30 in line, we're getting it. Rush number 2. Got it. So I just got out of Eden, the new Ron Howard film, which follows the story of a group of people who moved to an island in the Galapagos. One being a doctor, as well as a young German family. There's already tensions that exist between the doctor and the family, which are only accentuated when a baroness and 2 men show up at the island, deciding that they want to set up a hotel there for tourists. And although the film sells itself as a tense thriller about survival, it's not really tense at all. It's petty dramas, petty squabbles. Characters lack depth. They're not compelling. They're not performed well, especially. I found Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas to be terrible in this, honestly. There was very, very little that was working for me in Eden. It's crazy to see a film filmed in the Galapagos, one of nature's most beautiful and diverse areas in the entire world. And to film it so blandly, to film it as though there's no color at all, as though there's no wildlife, to take such a beautiful place and to strip it of life, to make it so visually bland. I don't know how they did it, but it was not a pleasing film to look at. I don't have too much more to say about this one. Poor performances, poor writing, poor cinematography. It was a big flop. The first huge miss of the festival, in my opinion. Not even a fun, bad movie. It was just not worth my time. Anyways, I have tickets for my last movie of the day, so I'm about to get into the line. It is so cold today. Oh, I've been shivering for hours. This is not a great weather day for TIFF. Oh my God. So I just finished my day with Pedro Páramo, the debut film from famed cinematographer Rodrigo Prieto. Last year did Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon, has done many other films over the years, including being the current go-to cinematographer for Martin Scorsese. Pedro Páramo is based on a very famous surrealist novel from Mexico and is one of many adaptations of the book. I don't know much about this book, but I feel like this must be the most surreal version of it that has come out. It goes full on into Bardo level surrealism, telling the story of a man who, after the death of his mother, is sent to find out who his father was. And he comes to this ghost town, and through a series of encounters with ghosts of the past, he learns the story of his father, all of the darkness that came with what this man represented to this community. Of course, being the directorial debut of a cinematographer like Rodrigo Prieto, this was beautifully shot. The lighting, the way they captured the sky in particular, it is stunning. The use of shadows, the dynamic range between the light and dark. There's so much detail in every frame. It's gorgeous to look at. There was a clear visual mastery that really helped with making this film look and feel incredibly cinematic. A lot of the time I felt very lost in the surrealism. I felt very lost in what the story was supposed to be, what the point was supposed to be. There's plenty of moments where it just goes down a rabbit hole of a flashback, and it becomes incredibly confusing as to where things are going or who we're supposed to be following. And so while I respect the visual mastery at play, I found myself to be pretty detached overall from the story. But it's incredibly worth watching just for the beauty of the cinematography, the music by Gustavo Santaolalla. There's a lot of really good stuff here. I just found the overall finished product to be lacking a certain cohesion. Anyways, I am just about to head home for the day. I decided not to stick it out for the Q&A because I am tired and you can hear it in my voice. That brings us to the end of today. Thank you, as always, so much for watching our TIFF coverage this year. And my name is Matt. This has been Fantasy Filmball.